Okay, our second book of the day today, and like I said, that always kicks us off, is titled The Most Magnificent Thing, one of my favorite things to read right at the beginning of the year. It's written by Ashley Spires. Okay, here we go. The Most Magnificent Thing. And probably what's important to notice too before we begin reading are just most magnificent thing. I noticed there's a little tool piece in the title. And I noticed that she just has a lot of random things in her wagon. Something rolled up in her hands, something in her pockets. Not sure if you can see the pockets. Let's zoom in a little so you can see her pockets. Almost like a scientist pocket right there. Okay, so the most magnificent thing. I'm going to try get it a little straight for you. I'll try to zoom in a little bit to help with being able to view it. Okay. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, and they relax. She makes things. She unmakes things. Any of you ever done that before? It's pretty fun. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. Are you visualizing that? What do you think she'll make? She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Like easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. So you see, it's kind of a busy neighborhood, and I even see that little cat up in the window. But they gather their things just like we saw on the front of the book. It's like possibly her mom's checking on her. She's off and ready to make that most magnificent thing. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. That sounds familiar. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try it again. So remember how she was at the beginning, and now look at her face. How do you think she's feeling at this point? Would you agree she's feeling frustrated? Why is she feeling frustrated? From the beginning till now, she's had some great ideas to try a magnificent thing, right? And it's definitely not working out in the way she thought it would. So she tries again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands, and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. Love that idea, giving it legs. She adds an antenna. She makes it fuzzy. See if I can push it up so you don't miss the other ones she created. Which one's your favorite? Can you spot it? Well, hang on, there's a couple more on the next page too. Some other really cool, magnificent things that she was wearing. Here's her fuzzy one. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, small, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with that statement that none of these are magnificent? Or, like me, are you feeling a bit impressed? So we're feeling impressed and she's feeling frustrated. I wonder how that is. I wonder why she's feeling frustrated with herself when I see she has created such awesome ideas and stuck with them and found materials. Well, let's see what happens next. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they just don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. But they are seeing all her magnificent things and the ideas. And I think some of these people walked by her before, probably earlier today. And now you see parts of things all over. And now, notice how she's feeling. And the author even emphasized how she was thinking and feeling by putting that kind of tornado shape above her head to really stress. Now she's not just frustrated. Now she seems to be getting a little bit mad. Think about how it feels when you get mad. And see if we see that in our character. The angrier she gets, the faster she works, She smashes pieces. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits, push, 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 in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. Not right things. Oh boy. Now look at her face. Now we got a fist going up. Her teeth, kind of gritting her teeth. Cheeks are a little pink. She still has that tornado over her head, right? Means that she's not even mad and frustrated. Now she is angry. She is upset. If only the thing would just work. Bet you have felt that way before. Very frustrated at yourself. I know I have. And crunch. Definitely painful. Ouch. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain. And she explodes. It is not her finest moment. So think about how feelings work. It makes a whole lot of sense. It kind of built up, didn't it? She started off super excited and then grew frustrated and a little mad, but then grew angry where she exploded. Have you ever exploded at yourself or something before? If so, then you know exactly how she's feeling right now. I'm no good at this. I quit. It's almost now like the look of defeat and possibly a little tear. So it goes from lots of a mix of emotions, frustrated, angry, now not feeling quite so confident in herself. She lost that confidence in herself. Well, her assistant had an idea. Her assistant suggests a walk. A good idea. It's not much help at first. You can still see how sad she is. But then now she's standing taller. Meet another dog and they start to play. And now she got a little smile. But before long, she starts to feel different. And bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. So it's like distracting herself. Taking her mind off being mad. A smart decision. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. But then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, she likes. The shape of the other, she likes. The wheel to seat ratio of the next, she likes. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. Oh man, now her head's clear. Now she's able to see some positive things that she could try out. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, She finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. So she gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop the leak. This one's all wet. The afternoon fades into evening, and finally she finishes. She alerts her assistant, check her assistant out, taking a nap. What I love is this. You can't miss these details. Just like over here, she thought they weren't magnificent ideas, but she created things other people found that would be useful to them. It's pretty awesome. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. What do you think? Oh, I get it. I mean, she loves having her assistant with her. She wanted to create something that they could go together on. I love it. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. And I'll zoom in so you can see a good picture of her most magnificent thing. Kind of reminds me of a scooter. What about you? Or a combination of a scooter and a motorcycle part. Or maybe a motorcycle. Just what's it remind you of? So, boys and girls, that was the end of the most magnificent thing. Bye.